Okay, I'm gonna give this a few minutes just to see if anyone pops on. I realize that it's Friday before the end of the workday, but well, actually, I'll tell you the story. So I have been thinking about doing this live for a while now, and every time I would like sit down, well, actually, every time I would ever think of anything, I'd always be like, probably like most of you, in the shower or laying in bed at night, and I think to myself, oh, I'll remember this when I wake up, and then I wake up and I forgot. So finally, hi Cheryl. Oh, I bet Olivia's there. Hi Olivia. So anyways, I was on Wednesday, Gwen woke up. She was up from 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock. I'm sure some of you can feel me out there. So at first I was like, oh, I gotta get her back to bed so that I can get back to bed, right? But it just was not happening. So I gave in and I just held her and enjoyed the whole process. And while I was rocking her back to sleep, I actually was thinking about every single thing I'm about to talk to you about. Hi, baby. She's probably like, I want my mama. But anyways, I was thinking about every single thing I'm about to say to you, and then when she finally fell asleep, it was 4 o'clock, and of course I was wide awake. And so I went back and like laid in bed and wrote every single thing down in my phone. And so I figured I better jump on here as soon as possible before either I get too nervous to do it or, you know, it's just like not there anymore. So we're gonna go with it. So that's why I'm doing this. Before I jump into it, I just wanna say, if you have anything in here, hear anything in here that you that has affected you or you think could affect somebody else, please share this, because we never know who this is going to help. Sometimes, you know, you need this. Sometimes this is just the right moment and you need this, and sometimes you're like, man, you know, so-and-so needs to listen to this. So thank you. You know what's funny is I have Fire and Ice on, and I know it's like the first day of fall. I thought I should have a fall color on, but it's 80s, so I'm still rocking it. Anyways, so if you hear anything that you think hits home, and I know there's going to be something that does, please share this, because you just never know who needs it. Also, this is for everybody. Obviously, I posted about this in my lip sense group, so a lot of you are probably like, oh, lipstick, she's trying to sell me, all the skepticism. But this is for everybody. This is for women. This is for men. If you're a teenager, a college student, a mom, a dad, like, I don't care. You're going to hear something here that is going to resonate with you. So anytime you hear me say lip sense or Senegence, like, replace it with your business name. Replace it with whatever it is that you are working towards, and I guarantee that this will totally be for you. And I can say from personal experience, I have quit all of these things, and I've quit them every time I started something new. So, for example, I was an actor. I had a photography business. I was a graphic designer. And now I'm in real estate and I sell Senegence products. And every single time I did any one of these businesses, I had to quit every single one of the things to do it. So I guarantee no matter what you do, you're going to hear something that you're going to be like, hell yeah. Last thing, this is the cool one. So I hope that you walk away from this and you're like super pumped and feeling brave. And if at any time you're already feeling it, or by the end, if you're like, yes, that's me, or that's the thing I gotta quit, I want you to comment, I quit blank. So I quit my excuses. I quit telling myself there's not enough time. Like, whatever it is, I quit not listening, you know, not following my gut. Whatever it is, I want you to comment with it. If you comment with what you're quitting, you're gonna get something. I'm going to send you a freebie, just because I feel like if you're brave enough to start this one little path of saying like, I quit, like, more power to you. And I want to celebrate that. And I want to send you something. So if you hear something and you're like, yes, I quit, please post it, because I want to know. Okay. I'm going to jump right in. So when I started my Senegence business, and again, you hear Senegence and you feel all skeptical, replace it with whatever it is you are doing, whatever you want to be doing in this world, okay? Replace it. When I started my Senegence business, I quit labeling myself. I had to quit labeling myself in order to start this business. So here's the story. My neighbor, and also my friend, who's awesome, she's my amazing upline now, and I saw her selling lip scents for about a year. I went to her party, I bought some, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna support my friend. Didn't really wear it, but then for a year I saw her business just kind of grow and, you know, everything getting more exciting and more interesting. And, you know, I just kept telling myself, that looks like so much fun, but I am not a lipstick person. Like, I don't wear lipstick. How could this ever be for me? I know nothing about cosmetics. I mean, this is like the most makeup you will ever see on me, ever. Like, I don't wear makeup, right? So, and so I was like, this is not for me. I am not this kind of person, right? I was labeling myself. Well, finally, once I saw her business start to really grow and I was like, all right, what's going on here? I was like, you know what? Maybe I should give this a try. Like, if anything, I'll make a couple $100 and whatever. I'm going to go for it, right? So I stopped labeling myself and I was like, I'm going to relabel myself a lipstick girl. Here I am, and I love it. Like, if I had just listened to my label, I never would have taken the jump or the leap into the unknown and tried this, and I never would have realized that this is exactly me. Like, how did I think this wasn't me? I get to be creative. I get to take photos. I get to create my own creative content, right? I'm talking to you now. It's kind of like acting. You know, I get to design stuff. Everything you see on my page, I try to keep really original. It's still my graphic design. Like, and even better than that, I get to do the things I love even more, which is I get to motivate. I have a team. I have a business. I get to show my two girls that you can be a strong business owner, a woman business owner, and you can kill it, right? Like, I'm going to be this leading example for them. Like, that's everything that I'm about. But I was labeling it as this lipstick thing, right? So as soon as I removed that label, I realized like I should totally have a label. It should be Xenogen's distributor, okay? So let go of whatever label today that you think you have and allow yourself to even imagine allowing yourself to have another label. And you will be so surprised. You will shock yourself. So quit labeling yourself. Okay. I finally joined this business when I quit taking other people's opinions. This is a biggie, okay? When I started, first and foremost, I'm definitely not one of those people that jumped on and was like, I'm going to YouTube this and I'm going to Google it, because no matter what business you're starting, don't do that. Like, yes, people have great experiences, but what do people want to share? Bad experiences, okay? So don't go listen to other people, especially people that you don't know. These are people like that have no idea what you're like or what drives you or, you know, your personality. And I'm going to give you a really easy example of this because, you know what? A lot of people have good intentions, right? They're sharing their opinions, but they have really good intention behind it. But they don't know you like you know you. So like, let's just say that you go to a new restaurant and you're like checking out their menu and you're like, this tuna looks really good, but I could also maybe have a steak today. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I just can't decide. So what do? You ask the waitress. And the waitress is like, oh my God, the tuna is the best meal in the whole world. You're going to love it. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Give me the tuna. And it comes and you're like, damn, I wish I would have got the steak, right? Because you're like, that waitress, she had a lot of good intention, but her opinion is not your opinion. And she just like doesn't know that you actually prefer a good steak, right? So not everybody's opinion is going to be your opinion. So try to create your own. And you know what? Especially with a business like this, because we see a lot of MLM marketing on Facebook, and it's very saturated, multi-level marketing companies, and we feel like, oh, we're already getting so many opinions everywhere. You're gonna have a lot of people saying, don't do it. Don't do whatever it is you wanna do because of this. And then those naysayers, once you're succeeding, are gonna be the ones that are like, oh my God, I told you you should have done it. I knew you should have done it. And you're like, no, you told me I shouldn't have done it, right? So stop listening to other people's opinions and stop letting other people's opinions become your excuse for not going for something, okay? You never know. Quit telling yourself that you don't have time. This is a biggie. And I will also preface this with, I get it. I get why people say it, no matter what in life you're trying to do. Time is super valuable. Like, we feel like we don't have enough of it. Like, we barely have enough time to sit with our kids at night, right, before they go to bed. Like, how am I going to run another business if I don't have time to sit and read my email? Or like, I'm sure a lot of you watching are moms, like, when's the last time you read a good book? Like, thank God for podcasts, because I have not read a book in like a year. I have good intentions, right? Like, I buy them. Like, actually, my phone is sitting on top of a stack of really good books if I knew what they were about, because I feel like I don't have time. I have to make time. But it's not true. We make time. We are moms. We're women. Even if you're not, if you're a guy, right? You figure out how to make the time. You just do it. I started this business when I was 37 weeks pregnant. I was about to have a newborn, and I remember saying to Mallory, like, does it make any sense for me to start right now? Because I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready when I'm about to have a newborn. Like, what? No. And she was like, yeah, why would you wait? And I was like, yeah, why would I wait? And God, thank God I didn't, because so much has happened over the past 5 months. Like, if I had missed out on all that because I wasn't ready or I didn't have the time, I would have missed out on all this goodness. And I'm so glad I didn't wait. So stop telling yourself that you don't have time. If there's any, like, one regret that I have is that I did not start sooner, that I didn't find the time 1 year sooner, because it was there. It's always there. You just got to make it, right? So stop letting that be your excuse. Okay, this one. Quit thinking that you're going to be annoying. I know I thought it. I know a lot of you people are thinking it. If you've even thought about starting any kind of business, you're like, man, I don't want to annoy my friends. I don't want to be salesy. Everybody always says that. I just don't want to be salesy. And again, we think that way because Facebook is pretty saturated with sales. But you know what? We're being sold constantly. And you know, I'm not even always mad about it. Like, if I get a coupon in the mail and it's 15% off shoes at Target, do you think I'm annoyed by it? No. I'm like, shit, I'm going to Target, right? Like, you're not annoyed by every sale. And if people are your friends, or if your acquaintances truly like you, like, they're not going to be annoyed by you. Stop thinking you're going to be annoying to everybody. A really good example of that is every time you like hear a good song or like a new song or watch a new movie, like, what do you want to do? You want to go tell everybody about it. You're excited. You're like, you got to watch this movie, right? Like, you want to help them. Stop thinking you're trying to sell them and you're going to annoy them, and start thinking like, well, what if I'm helping them? Like, what if I'm helping them by sharing this with them? And I have a really good example of that. I have a team member of mine who joined, and so here's the example of helping, is where I'm getting with this. If I didn't talk to everybody and present this opportunity to everybody because I thought I was annoying, I wouldn't have this team member on my team. And when she started, she didn't even know me. We met through an awesome acquaintance, and she told me like, I just really want like a couple extra $100 a month. Like, I'd be so happy if I had a couple extra $100 that I didn't have to feel bad about, that I could just like spend how I want to spend it. She was like, I even was thinking about being an Uber driver. And I was like, well, this is a lot more fun than driving around and a lot less miles. So why don't you give this a try first and see what happens, right? Like, I wasn't trying to be annoying or sell her a business. I was just telling her, like, this could be really awesome for you. And in her first month, she made way more than a couple $100. And I'm so happy that I got to help her do that. And I was even at a training this weekend where they said, you know, write down on a piece of paper what you feel this company, how this company has blessed you. And no joke, I wrote on there, it has blessed me, bless other people. Like, I feel so blessed that it has allowed me to bless other people, because that is like something that means a lot to me. I want to help a lot of people, and whether I'm doing it directly or just like through some motivation, or just saying like, here's the opportunity, run with it. Like, if I just sat around and said like, oh, I better not offer this to other people because I'm gonna be annoying, like, you're never gonna help anybody, no matter what it is you do. So stop like withholding your talents and your goodness from people and share it with them, because I promise you're not going to feel annoying. And most people, they just want connections. That's what we want. Like, we want to feel like someone's hearing us. And I have a really good example of this. We went to a training, and she gave this awesome example. She said, you know when like you're on a plane and you have a piece of gum and you turn to the person on your right and you're like, hey, you want a piece of gum? And they're like, no thanks. And you're like, okay, you want a piece of gum? And they're like, sure. Like, you don't sit there after the first person says no thanks and you're like, oh, shoot, am I annoying? Should I offer this person a piece of gum? Like, should I ever offer anybody ever again a piece of gum? No, you're just like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, you don't take it personal. That's why we feel like we're annoying because we think that if we ask somebody something and they don't want it, that you're annoying them. That's not always the truth. What if that person just wants to eat a sandwich? My phone is getting excited about sandwiches. What if that person's just about to eat a sandwich? Or what if they just had dental work done? Like, I don't know why they don't want a piece of gum, but if they said no because they just don't want it, like, whatever, they just don't want it. I'm not annoying her. Like, I'm gonna keep offering everybody ever gum. And I thought that was a really good example. And I was thinking about the reverse of that. Like, when someone offers me a piece of gum, like, when someone offers you a piece of gum, are you ever like, I don't know, God, is she trying to sell me something? Like, what's up with this gum, right? Like, no, we don't do that. We're just like, sure, yes, please. No, thank you. Like, you don't want the piece of gum, you just say no. You want it, you take it. So I don't feel skeptical, and when anybody offers me something, like, why should I feel skeptical like offering anybody else something? Stop. Just stop thinking you're gonna be something because you don't know what you're gonna be to that person. You might not be annoying. You might be like the best person ever. Like, that person was probably like, God, I've been waiting for someone to offer me gum for like 10 years. Like, I don't know. So stop thinking you're going to be annoying and just go for it. All right, this is a biggie, and this is probably the biggest. And I don't care if you're interested in lip sense or Senegence or about to like start a dog walking company. I don't know what you're doing, but this is a biggie. Quit with the worst case scenarios. Like, I had to like quit thinking, what if I start this business and I regret it? And I had to start thinking, what if I regret not starting this business? Because I don't know what's gonna come from it, but what I can like try to do is think of worst case scenarios, right? Like, what if I end up losing money? Which, by the way, if you are thinking about lip sense, it's $55 to join. That's it. Like, I have more expensive shoes in my closet that are sitting there that I haven't worn in like 2 years, and I'm not like sitting here every day judging myself because I haven't worn those pair of shoes yet. You know, like, whatever. Spent the money, it's there. Like, maybe one day I'll have like the best shoes ever for this one outfit. I don't know. So people are always like, what if I lose money? What if I can't sell? What if no one wants to buy from me, no matter what you're doing? What if nobody wants my services? What if I start and it doesn't work and I stop and people think that I'm a failure? Well, you know what? So be it, you know? Let's start thinking about the best case scenarios. What are the best case scenarios? Because I can guarantee you, like, unless your dream is about to be like a, I don't know, tightrope walker, like, you're not gonna die. That's the worst case scenario. You're not gonna die. Yes, exactly, Jesse. But even not in this business, right? Like, whatever your worst case scenario, I bet it's not that you're gonna die. Okay, and then if you start to think about the best case scenario, like, mine keeps evolving for this business. So when I started, I was like, ooh, what if I could make like a couple extra $100 a month? Like, I'd be so happy with that. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'd be so happy with $500 a month. And then I was like, man, I'd be happy if I made like $1,000 a month. And then I was like, man, what if I could use this money to pay off my student loan, or to go on that cruise we've been wanting to go on, or, you know, this or that, or, you know, if I got a car, and if I won that trip, or if I created these experiences for me and my family, like, those are the best case scenarios. And maybe none of those will happen, but I can guarantee you they will not. They will not happen if you're thinking about the worst case scenarios. So stop thinking about the worst case scenario and start thinking about the best. And I guarantee you good things will start to happen when your mindset gets there. So those are the things that I quit, and I started to think, like, it takes a lot of guts sometimes to get past some of those things. And the reason is because they're all based around the same thing. Like, if any of you are thinking like, oh, what's the common denominator here? It's fear. Everything is fear-based, and fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. So if you guys are not going to start something because you're scared of the unknown, it's because it's unknown. Fear. Exactly, Jesse. You got it. A+. But it's fear of the unknown. You don't really know. All these things are in our head, or they're like everyone's talking at us. Like, we don't actually know for ourselves. And the only way you're gonna make yourself not fearful is knowing. So if the unknown is what creates fear, the known is what will replace it. So you need to find out. Like, you need to just go for it, whatever your thing is. If you have been watching me for 5 months and you're like, what is she doing? Why is she doing this? Like, is she even making anything from this? Or if you're watching this and you're like, I don't care about lip sense, but you have this big dream, like, start quitting these things and start doing what you want to be doing. Because time is a commodity and you're wasting it. And I can guarantee you, if you're like me and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to take this leap for this thing that I've been wanting, even if, like, actually when I started, I was like, I don't really know, we'll see what happens. Like, I'm going to give myself a time limit. I'm going to, as long as I, like, make money in 6 months, I'm going to keep with it. And man, do I regret that. And the reason why I regret saying that is because why was I ever putting an expiration date on my success? Like, I don't care what you're doing in this lifetime, stop putting an expiration date on your success. Because what if in 6 months I am doing okay, but I'm like, I told myself 6 months and I wish I was doing better, so I should stop. Because how do I know what's going to happen in that 7th month, right? Like, stop doing that to yourself. Just give yourself time and give yourself grace and realize, like, you are growing and you are evolving. And if you quit all of these things and you let go of that fear, I guarantee good things are going to happen for you. And if this makes you feel any better, you've already failed like 1,000,000 times in your life. We all have. Like, we have to fail to get anywhere. I think about my girls, right? Like, we don't call it failure, but when Olivia was trying to start to walk, she would fall, and then she would walk, right? And when she was trying to talk, she'd be like, blah, 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 and then she would talk. Or even more recently, she just started riding her scooter. Like, do you think she just, like, hopped on her scooter and it was smooth sailing? Like, no, she fell. She fell and, like, scraped her knees, and it wasn't fun. Mama cried and she cried, but she failed before she succeeded. And we don't call it that, you know, because these are kids, but we call it that when we're adults. We just call it failure, which is crazy. And I think about that too with Olivia now. She's obsessed with princesses. Like, if any of you guys are girl moms out there, that's all she wants to do is be a princess. Like, I don't sit around all day and tell her, like, you can't be a princess. Sorry, ain't gonna happen. Like, no, I'm like, hell yeah! You're the best princess ever, which is funny now because I'm a part of a company where when I started, I thought it was so silly, but now I think it's so cute. We have ranks and, like, they're fun names, and, like, my goal is to be, you know, a crowned princess in this business. And so I'm sitting here thinking, like, oh, like, Olivia's trying to be a princess and so am I. Like, yeah, let's be princesses together, right? But I got to get through all this. I got to work through all this fear. I had to quit all this stuff in order to see the light at the end of the tunnel, or I should say maybe the light at the beginning of the tunnel, because I think I'm at the start of it. So no matter where you're at today, let go of all of these things, quit these things, and allow yourself to succeed. And one thing that I want to, like, kind of leave you guys with is, I think the best way to succeed, and I've learned this since I was a kid, and which I want to touch on too, because a lot of people are like, oh, I just don't have a business mentality, and you have a business mentality. And I'm not gonna lie, like, my dad did give me Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill when I was like 10. So yeah, I do have a little bit of a business mentality, but more so, I'm motivated to see, like, myself be the best that I can be, like, whatever that is. If it's in this business, if it's as a mom, if it's as a friend, if it's as a sister, like, the best thing I like about this business is watching everybody that's on my team succeed. Like, if they're succeeding, then I'm succeeding, right? But, like, that's not even the goal. Like, the goal is just to be doing something that you love and being rewarded for it so that you can reward other people and help other people underneath you. But what I was getting at was, if you need, like, an action step today to be like, okay, I quit this and now I need an action plan, what I would love for you to do is just sit down and think about what your why is. And I mean, I've heard this for as long as I've lived, pretty much. You have to have a why. Like, I don't care if you're trying to run your own business, if you work for somebody, if you're a mom, anything. Like, you have to have a why, and you have to know what that is, and you have to remind yourself every day. And I'm going to be super vulnerable right now, and I'm going to share my why with you. And I don't really feel like either of these whys have like come to life. Everything else has come to life because of them until recently with this business, because it's such an amazing business. And I finally, like, it really forced me to think about what is my why. So I had two whys, and it's my husband and my girls. So I want to have as much time and as many experiences with my husband. I don't want to do it alone. I want to like be successful alone. We always say we have two businesses. We have a real estate business with the Shaw team of Remax Defined, and we have a Senegence business. Okay, this lit biz that we joke about, it's not my business. It's our business, right? We have two businesses together, and I want to succeed together so that we can have experiences together, and we can give our girls experiences together. So that's my first why. My second why, which is my girls, is because I want to leave something for them. You know, even if it's not a physical business, which I really do want to leave for them, so that's what I'm working towards. But even if it's just the idea that they had a strong, independent, working mom who gave her all to something, who did not fear anything, and was able to say, like, I quit this because I believe in myself, that's my second why. Like, I hope one day that if there's one thing that my girls learn from me, it's that you got to take chances. You got to listen to yourself. Go with your gut. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. We've all failed a million times, and that's okay. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. We're human. So that's my why. So I hope you guys take a second. If you need to like listen to all this again, do it. If you think someone will take something away from this, do it. I didn't even know these were whys for me. You know, another why I didn't even know I wanted to be a part of this business because of the sisterhood. Like, I had no idea that that would affect me. I didn't even think about that. Now that's one of the things I love. I have like a community of people. I work from home. Like, I was like, I need somebody. I love my girls. I need some women, other women in my life, right? So like, these whys will evolve as you're evolving, because that's what we do. So I challenge you to think about your why. And I challenge you, and if you are brave enough, please comment with I quit something and tell me what you're quitting today. I want to hear from you. You're going to get something if you do, but even more than the freebie, you're going to start your journey to quitting something just by saying it today. I don't care what it is. It can be the tiniest thing. So thank you guys. Thanks for spending your afternoon with me. I hope you share this. And if you have any questions, whether it's just about what I talked about or LipSense or Senegence, or you just need someone to like motivate you, I'm here, and I hope to hear from you. Okay? Have a good day. Happy weekend. Bye.